So I wanted to sit here. I was sitting here today, and I don't know if anybody out there knows who I am. I'm True to B. I've played in many, many squads tournaments, and I was sitting here today, and I do this every day. I sit here for a couple hours every day, and I look at characters, and I think, so I think to myself, what makes for a good squad? And I love the classic squads comp. It doesn't, you don't have to do it this way, but I love like the classic squad comps. You want your tank.
Can anyone
Get you
stop
a big
this
old
body speed?
Magnus tank in the front line. Just to soak up damage. And then I love having just two DPSers. I like having a support, but there aren't really any good support-like characters in the game. The only one that I consider support-ish would be like Sylvia, just because of her Q heal. But her Q heal isn't significant enough to make a difference. Um, so I like to rock a couple backliners. Any backliners, any damage dealers really do. I've been running comps recently with different frontliners. Probably the strangest one people would think would probably be Yuki. I've been running a Yuki build, tank Yuki builds, so similar to this one. In my squads, I don't play Yuki. I have a Yuki player on my team. I'm not a very good Yuki player. So we've been running like Yuki, and then we run like a couple of DPSers. Some of my favorite DPS characters right now are probably going to be Zahir and Hedgen. Mostly because they have enough crowd control to make up for the fact that most of the frontliners don't have crowd control. So like Yuki, Magnus, they have very limited crowd control. Hyunwoo's the same. Um, any player you really put in the front, Lenox, she has probably the largest amount of crowd control out of all of them. I would guess. I don't know. I just think Lenox is really strong in squads, mostly because of her AoE damage. That's kind of loud. Let me turn this down. Sorry. Um, but yeah, Lenox is really strong because of her AoE damage. So it's not really that she has high crowd control. It's more that she's just a strong frontliner with a lot of damage. So I think Lenox is still strong in squads, especially as a frontliner. And I will show you. Okay, so if anybody knows who I am, it's mostly because of Skaz's squads competition. Skazaf ran a squads competition a while back, and I made it to the finals, and we performed very poorly in the finals, mostly because of simple mistakes and game, play and stuff like that. Um, if you can't tell, this isn't a guide on squads, when to group up, and everything like that right off the bat. This is mostly going to be a guide on building because I'm so sick of looking at builds. And I'll give you everybody this build. If you watch this video, you'll have a squad comp, you'll have a squad build. It is a good squad comp. It is a good squad build. It is a slow squad build. And it takes a lot of coordination between you and your teammates. It will. Um, so we'll start. Simple enough. Lenox. Lenox is probably still one of the best squads characters in the game, by far. Mostly because she has a crap ton of AoE damage and a crap ton. Sorry, let's get those confused. She has a crap ton of AoE damage and a crap ton of peel, and then this. This is what makes her really good. Being able to hook somebody and pull them into your team is really strong. The flay, being able to pull people towards your team or push them away from your team is really, really good. She's got a silence plus AoE plus all of her abilities. All of these abilities, all AoE damage. Really, really nice for squads. All right, but it's not, that's not shocking. The problem with Lenox is her build path is super linear. It will always be Avenue. It would always be Avenue and somewhere else. Linear build paths in this game suck. So, in squads, the best thing you can do is you don't want to teleport. So going like Avenue Beach, sure, I see a lot of people do that early. Teleporting early is fine, and you're going alley third with this route. Um, but that's not because of the stallion metal. It doesn't get you your paper. Your lighter isn't really important. You're not trying to finish straight jackets. You don't care if you finish straight jackets. Your best bet for straight jackets is to get ash off of a wolf. What you would really rather have is a tree. Get a tree of life and then finish your glacials. This is what you would rather have. But, you know, if you're sitting on green repaired slippers, it's no big deal. Nobody cares. Alright. Now, you see a problem here is without alley, you don't finish weapon. You go alley third, you're three zoning your weapon, which is not good in squads. It's really slow. It's really bad. It's really annoying. Um, I'll be honest with you, this route is outdated, mostly because Avenue is so contested now. Finding these materials from Alley and or from Avenue and the materials that your entire team needs from Avenue is going to be very difficult, especially the number of fans in this build. Um, we never really stress the number of fans we found. It's always best if you don't find the number of fans you need to get out of there. It's best to hurry up and move on with your life to Alley. This is not the squads comp that we ran in the tournament. It's close though. The problem with the squads comp we ran in the tournament was that I ran Sniper Aya, who needs to go to school to finish her weapon. I think. I can't remember. It's been so long. Um, but sure, we'll save it. Doesn't matter. All right. And then the second part of your team, we'll show it in order because it's Zahir for this comp. Because I think Zahir is really strong right now. The number of gems he needs for this build is kind of sketchy. The bigger issue is the fact that he needs two pickaxes for this build. I believe Lenox can grab them for him, but inventory is going to be a pain. Managing your inventory is a pain with squads comps because you want help. So like he wants help grabbing pickaxes. He can grab his own gems, no problem. The hammers, fine, no problem. The pickaxes are the problem. This is once again, this is not the character we ran in the squads comp. I don't know how this build would work with this squad. The most important thing is that this character starts Temple. Um, Starting Temple is super important because he doesn't need it. However, you need one of, where is it? No, never mind. It's an accessory. An accessory? Holy crap, it should just be under material then. Oh my god, there it is. Okay. You need to grab this. This item can only be found in Beach, Alley, and Temple. So, you start Temple, you grab the Stallion Metal, you bring it to your Lenox. That is the most important thing. Alright? So, you basically finish your own build. You don't need much help. The two pickaxes coming from Lenox are important. The white crane fan being finished is not important. You probably won't finish it. You probably won't go to Forest. You'll want to go Temple Avenue Alley, and then you'll want to start killing people. Hopefully, if Lenox brings you the pickaxes, you'll have your crown and you'll have your bracelet or your $10 band finished. But you'll want to fight. You'll want to fight and you'll want to kill everybody in Alley. Um, this build is super weak in I guess you're sitting on Charm. In Avenue, which isn't bad. You don't have your full Mystic Jade Charm finish, but you're sitting on Charm, which is still fine. It still puts you at a decent power spike in Avenue, and still lets you fight. You and your teammates can fight in Avenue, because Lennox should have weapon completed, and the other character, who is Chiara, should also have weapon completed. This is your crit Chiara build. It's a pretty basic crit Chiara build. Once again, we're going White Crane Fan, not because you finish it, but because you can finish this green weapon, the green weapon, in Avenue alone. You only need two items. You only need the fan and you only need the nail. you do need a lot of fans. Altogether, you need 4 fans for your team comp. There's only 8 in Avenue. It's kind of pushing it. It's kind of tight. Once again, Chiara doesn't come online until Alley. Chiara will be really strong in Alley. If you don't know how Chiara's played, look up your Chiara guide. It's pretty simple. They have plenty of guides, especially on this build in particular. It's probably the best Chiara guide, Chiara build right now. Um, I would recommend transitioning out of this build, especially in squads. I would recommend transitioning into as much mithril, auto arms, um, you know, getting away from the whole crit build. But it's fine as long as Lenox is your front line, as long as you're playing properly, kiting properly, this should work. Chiara will be your other one of your other DPS main sources of DPS. So having her as crit is perfectly okay. But she's going to do a lot of damage. You're going to be really strong in Avenue. However, if you can't tell, her weapon doesn't finish. Once again, we're going back to the weapon. The weapons don't finish. So you need a flower. This is very important that the Lenox brings you a flower. Okay? Squads are so complicating. There's so much going on here. But it's so important that you and your team communicate what you guys need, what you guys are missing in every zone. You go to, so like Chiara needs so many items. I even had high duplicates on. Needs so many items from Avenue. So it's so important that she finishes it up in hotel quickly, gets to Avenue, and is communicating the entire time. You know, communicating with the Lenox. Hey, Lenox, did you grab my flower? Make sure you grab my flower. Don't forget my flower. It's so important that you communicate things like that because if Lenox forgets your flower, then your entire game is just thrown way out of whack. It messes everything up. Um, the paper, hopefully, the Zahir can grab the paper for your radar, and you can finish up until what is it? You can finish the vital sign sensor. You can finish this in Avenue. It's really good. Make you really strong in Avenue. Um, but yeah, this should come online, and it should make you strong enough to fight most people in Avenue. It would definitely come online in Alley. So the most important thing about this build is to remember that your two strongest DPS characters won't come online until Alley. But this is a build. It's it's a build for squads. You can use it, you can take it, it's yours. Enjoy it. I can't promise it's the best. I haven't had much practice with it. The Zahir build I've played around with just to see how it works out, and it's okay. It's slow. Um, you are power spiking at the proper times. If Lenox can come up with the inventory space to get the 2 pickaxes, you should be good to go. You should be good to go as soon as you get to. Honestly, yeah. No, you'll have $10 band done in Avenue. You'll need to get to Alley. As soon as you get to Alley, you'll be online. You'll be strong. You'll probably be the strongest team in Alley. If you get what you need and everything works out great. This is an old, outdated build and routing. Avenue has been so contested lately that it's been kind of a sketchy place to go, but it could work. But if you enjoy the video, like, oh, I did want to say, oh, I'm a fool, but throw. I went throw with this because you don't need the shuriken. If you want to run, like, I went throw mostly so I could have like backup routings. So like I have this one just in case because I had somebody grabbing him a nail. So like if I ran Zahir, if you should have like backup routings just in case your primary routing doesn't work out. So like this one, I just had somebody grabbing him a nail. The papers for straight jackets, don't care if we finish them or not. Mostly because we were going to get the Zahir is going to get glacial slippers in this build in particular. But yeah, but it's just in case you're playing Zahir with 2 different comps, putting Mystic J Charm on throw, it doesn't hurt you because starting with Razor Blades doesn't help you. So I just added Mystic J Charm to a throw build. You can put it on Shuriken too if you want. It doesn't really matter. but that was just because I wanted my backup routings to be ruthenium marble, because ruthenium marble is by far his best weapon. But that's it. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe. Uh, I stream every night on Twitch. Mostly all I do is squads now. I'm starting streaming now at 8 p.m. Eastern. Come follow me at Twitch. And then, yeah, hope you enjoy. I hope, honestly, I hope the build works out for you. And I hope more people come up with more builds. If you come up with more builds and you want to post them, please post them. I want to see more builds, more, you know, more different squad comps, because people just aren't posting them. We just don't have any out there. So it's just, I'm sitting here every day for hours at a time trying to come up with squad comps and builds, and I just want my life to be a little easier. So if people, I'm trying to help you guys out. Please try to help me out. Let's work together here. All right.